Hey, thank you so much for tuning into my channel yet again. Today we'll be covering a topic calling morning rituals. And so those that are very successful, just period in life, they always have a morning ritual. So those are the people like Steve Jobs, Oprah Winfrey, Barack Obama when he was in office, Tony Robbins, and many more. And so during this process, I studied a lot of those individuals and just soaked up that information because I wanted to be a successful person too as well. And so this will benefit those that, whether you're an employee that's starting working from home, whether you're a self-employed individual, or a small business owner / entrepreneur, this will benefit you as well, because I really strongly believe is that what you do in one area, you do in all areas. And so this will help you be successful in regards to that. So let's go ahead and get into it. So today what I'll be doing is covering 3 individuals that were successful in this arena, to kind of give you that picture so that you can see some of the things that they've done to be successful. And the third person will be myself, of course, to help you guys to figure out what would be best for you as you go along this process. And so with that said, we're going to talk about Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins specifically, in the morning, he does 4 things from what I've studied. One is he takes hot and cold. He jumps in a hot and a cold pool in the morning. And so he does that in order to wake up the nerves, wake up the body, and just revive him too as well. Number 2, he does meditation, and where he does an exercise where he's grateful. What am I grateful for? Another one number 3 is he visualizes his day, how it would go, how it would be a success. What he pictures himself doing. And then lastly is also he has a spiritual routine. And so that's one person. Another person that I've been, recently checked out, his name is Ed Mylett. You may not know him, but I was introduced to him from a good friend of mine in the financial industry. And, ever since I've been following him, he has some great content that'll just really encourage you along your process of the morning ritual, which is, he's got a book out called Max Out. And with that said, it's a very powerful book, and I'm going to share with you specifically in it his routine that he does in the morning. He does have a night routine, and let me see if I have that here. And yeah, I'll share that with you too as well, because that's powerful too as well. And then I'll go ahead and share my routine with you there. So Ed Mylett, let's go ahead and get into it. His morning routine, he believes that in the morning he gets about 6 hours of sleep, and he wakes up. Number 1, he wakes up and drinks a liter of water. Number 2, then he shocks his body into the cold by either splashing his face with cold water or taking a cold shower. Number 3, then he stretches for about 5 to 10 minutes. Number 4, then he spends time praying and going through what he is grateful for. So whatever spiritual routine works for you, that's what I would recommend there. Number 5, and then he gets his thoughts set for the day, because he believes that whatever you think about here is what you will set your focus on throughout the rest of the day. He also shares here the quality of your life revolves around the questions you ask yourself, specifically in this session and also at the end of the day. So he has a couple of questions here that I'll throw out here. One of them is, what am I happy about right now? And what about it makes me happy, and how does it make me feel? Another one is, what am I excited about in my life right now? And what about it makes me excited, and what does that make me feel? Another one is, what am I enjoying most in my life right now? What about it am I enjoying, and how does it make me feel? As you can see, you're asking questions of yourself and being honest with yourself in these questions. Number 6, this is number 6, what he does. He also works out. he does some form of workout for 60 to 90 minutes, and then the last number 7 for him is that he eats. It's very important for you to eat. What a lot of people don't know is that in order to have a long career in entrepreneurship, you got to have health, sleep, and working out. Those are the 3 things that you need to have when you do this, or that's thinking long term, not short term. Is your health has got to be well, you got to get rest, and also working out, So body, mind, and spirit is very important in this space. And so that's what I've learned from some of the best. So he does have a night routine here. I'll go through this very quickly. His night routine, he likes to have it, warm nights. He takes a warm bath, a shower, or gets into a sauna before he sleeps. That kind of puts your body in a state of rest, in a state of relaxation, that you're winding down in regards to your day. He also keeps his room cool for optimal sleep. Sleep experts say that room temperatures between 60 and 70 is where it's best to be. Number 3, he limits his food and caffeine intake 5 hours before bed. Number 4, he cuts out any blue screen exposure time 30 minutes before bed, and that'd be something like TV or even cell phones, and that one's very huge. That's very important. And number 5, his last 30 minutes to an hour, he focuses on his outfit, goes over his appointments for the next day, and reviews his goals. And so, man, that guy was very inspiring me. He's maxed out his life, and he's done a lot of great things. He's got more that he talks about in his Max Out book that I'd highly recommend that you get. Very powerful guy, Ed Mylett. So these 2 individuals, or I know Ed Mylett, I'm going to put his information in the description, and that'll be a blessing to you. So the third thing is myself. What do I do to keep my body, mind, and spirit in the right place? And so before this coronavirus situation, I specifically followed this method of faith, family, finance, okay? So faith being, my faith, I'm a Christian and I believe. And so I'd get into the Word about 10 to 20 minutes in the morning, as well as do an exercise of gratefulness and just kind of getting into some things like what drives me. I'd look over that. What is my vision? Also, I do I am statements, and I put down here, I am an excellent copywriter. I am an inspirational speaker / coach and encourager. I am a communicator / wordsmith, teacher of complex to simple. I'm a teacher. My teaching style is music, movies, and media. Last one, I'm a student. Anything that I do, I become a student in. So this is the type of things that I speak about, and I'm proactive in the way that I live and who I am. You know what I'm saying? Then my family time, what I would do is I would get out my kids. With my kids, I would have them, after they get ready, we do a quick little Bible study, and then lastly, I would get them to school, and then I would do my part-time job, and then I would come back home and do my time. I do my routine for the rest of the day, get into my business activities, and kind of go from there. So that's what I specifically do. As far as with this coronavirus and situation going on, my kids kind of sleep in. You know what I'm saying? So I get up in the morning and I do my faith thing at least an hour beforehand, get in my time, my Bible time, and you can do your spiritual time also. And I read my affirmations as well as what I'm grateful for. And then after that, I get directly into finance from 9 to 1 p.m. I spend my time, doing work, focus the time. My wife takes care of the kids. I specifically, have everything that I need. I don't go out of my little cave or my work area so that I can be focused and get a lot done on whatever the one thing that I'm working on is. And so, man, that's specifically it, man. Again, I pray that this has helped you in some form, fashion, but you have to ask yourself, out of these 4 things, I would sum up, waking up in the morning, taking a cold shower, working out, eating well, doing affirmations, as well as your spiritual routine. Out of those, 4 or 5, which are the 2 that you would take away, that you would think that you would implement now today for your routine, not mine. You have to find out what works best for you, okay? And that's specifically it. Please share this with one other person that you know could benefit from it, and please subscribe to the channel. You know, I'm wanting more people to see this about entrepreneurship, the stuff that I've been learning, the stuff that I've grown in, you know, to benefit them, that can help them in the long run, to save them, you know, hours and hours, you know, upon this area. So with that said, man, that's the end of this video. Thank you so much for tuning in to my channel. You know, I'll be dropping more content that'll be beneficial to you, so stay tuned. And again, this is Artiz Strouds, the life coach, financial coach, and entrepreneur, you know, giving you nuggets in order to help you along your entrepreneur journey, and even as employees, you know, at this point. All right, take care. Be blessed.